Another week and another budget meals my family and I ate this week. I'm currently reducing my food shopping and trying to just make food that I already had in the fridge and freezers. And let me tell you, they were absolutely packed with food. So we've had some great meals and I've done barely any food shopping. Starting off strong this week, I made a lamb roast dinner. Now, I don't usually actually have a leg of lamb just knocking around in the freezer, but I bought a large one especially for Easter weekend, and we ended up not using it, which is actually fantastic because I could put it in the freezer and know that we've got an amazing dinner for another day. So this was the day I was going to have it out, and also I decided to make a banana loaf because there were bananas that needed using, and I am not one to throw food out. So I started making a banana and chocolate chip loaf. I'm very much on the mission to use up as much food as I possibly can in my house before I go on a long haul holiday with my family. And when I'm back, I'm going to do a huge grocery shop and I just can't wait to restock everything. But for now, it's making as much as I can from scratch and eating well whilst I do it. So I'm just making my banana loaf, I'm prepping my potatoes. My father-in-law actually taught me this trick to crumble a stock cube over your potatoes just before you put them in with the whatever fat you're using and herbs and things after you've parboiled them, and it's such a good tip. Just gives them this really savoury flavour. So I'm prepping my potatoes now. They're not actually going in the oven. I do a lot of prep as much as I possibly can before actually starting the cook, because I feel like once the roast dinner is on, things just start ramping up very quickly. So I've prepped all of my veg, I've prepped literally everything, and then I start putting my lamb in the oven and my potatoes and the rest of it. Today was a busy day in and out of running with friends. You have to excuse my gym gear, but once the lamb is out, I start making a gravy using the dish that I cooked the lamb and the veg and some of the sort of vegetables in. And it's super easy. You just want to toss a lump of butter in there and some plain flour. And then you want to reduce about, a quarter of a bottle of red wine. This is going to make a really nice, rich red wine gravy. You can also add some onion granules to this just to thicken it up. I use the water that I've steamed the veg with just because that might have vegetable nutrients in left over. I don't know, but it definitely tastes a little bit more like gravy. And then of course I always go in with my favourite addition to most of my meals, which is my Freya bone broths. I'm using the chicken bone broth for the gravy this time. Bone broth, adding it to my food makes me very happy because it's good for me, my collagen, my skin, but it's also really good for my growing children. So yeah, I feel like the potatoes turned out very, very well today, really crispy and fluffy and delicious. The first thing I start doing is just chopping little bits up and putting them in bowls for my children so it cools down, and then I plate it up for everyone. But yeah, I've got the lovely gravy, peas, carrots, potatoes, lamb, and my Yorkshire puddings. Absolutely delicious. The next night was lamb leftover night. So it was a huge leg of lamb, and I had planned to have it over at least 2 meals. It could have lasted even longer. I'm not joking, we got so much use out of that leg of lamb. But I stored over what we didn't use in our roast dinner, and it was a heck of a lot of meat, and I decided to make lamb kebabs with it. So I popped it in this big green dish, which I bought from Aldi a few years ago, and it's been worth its weight in gold. I will link cast iron dishes, my favourite ones, below. Some of them can be super pricey, some of them not so, but I feel like if you don't have a cast iron dish, you're probably not cooking to the best of your ability. I just think they really are worth their weight in gold. Anyway, I'm making lamb kebabs, so I'm seasoning it with shawarma mix because that's just what I had in the cupboard. I probably would have got a different sort of mix if I had the time and was shopping. I'm making a homemade mint yogurt because that goes very, very nicely. You can make a garlic yogurt as well, super easy. Just roast your garlic and mix it with some Greek yogurt. The lamb I'm cooking covered because I don't want it to dry out. I want it to be like really moist and flavorful. I can't tell you how much lamb was here. It really did taste like lamb kebab as well. It just tasted absolutely delicious. I put lots of spices with it. I prepared it with a salad, and then we had it with the garlic naan breads that are from the Ria brand, which are absolutely 10 out of 10. And I did a bit of rice. So we had half a naan bread each, rice, cheese, loads of salad, and the yogurt dip. It was so unbelievably filling. I wish I had more adults to feed this to in that house that night, because I really, we couldn't get through it. Lawrence did his best, so he ate tons. But yeah, it was delicious. So I did want to quickly just show you, I've also been making things using up lots of the oats and frozen fruits that I have in the house, just again to clear some freezer space. These are blueberry jam chia seed bars. I found the recipe online. I slightly altered it because it is a vegan recipe, but I've added butter to mine just because butter, in my opinion, makes everything taste a little bit better. But these are delicious. I made a chia seed jam with the blueberries, which was so easy. Just an FYI, if you are taking blueberries out of the freezer, for some reason frozen blueberries really stain your hands. So yeah, my hands are purple. But anyway, a squeeze of lemon juice with the blueberries, some natural sweetener. So I used organic maple syrup, and I put my chia seeds in and just let that simmer until it's all like a jam. It was really delicious. The lemon is what helps it set, so don't skip the lemon part. I made a sort of crumble with the oats and the butter and the natural sweeteners. So I used honey and maple syrup again. And that's sort of like the bar. What I'm going to do is try this exact same recipe but with Weetabix, because we have lots and lots of Weetabix in the house and I need to find ways of using it because no one really eats it with milk. We're not really a cereal family. Well, my children aren't cereal children for some reason. So anyway, spread the jam on top and then leave some of the crumble for on top, and they turned into really, really delicious breakfast bars. So if you are someone who buys like granola bars from the shops, just give it a try making your own. They obviously don't have like a 6-month shelf life. They last for a few days in the fridge and that's it, but they're so delicious. I'm pretty sure you will get through them all in those few days. We certainly did. I made these ones, and I've recently also made the peanut butter and chocolate chip ones, and both are delicious. Next up, I made a Thai red curry. So in the cupboard, I always have coconut milk and Thai paste. I should probably start buying my own mixes or spices and making this myself, because it's something we have quite often actually. Because it is my son's favourite well, his second favourite dinner. His first favourite is pizza, and then it's Thai curry. He loves Thai curry. But yeah, I just add the spices or the Thai paste, fry that off for a bit. If you do have sesame seed oil, it's better using that, but I just use olive oil. Of course, I'm adding chicken bone broth just because it's like, it works as a really good quality chicken stock basically, that actually has like a lot of nutrients for you. You'll notice I've made an absolutely gigantic batch, and it's because I've actually nearly run out of meals for Jasper. So what I wanted to do was make a big old batch, and then I could freeze loads. Particularly for when we're back from holiday and I need some quick, easy grab stuff in the freezer whilst I'm getting my bearings after holiday. Absolutely delicious. The next day was a classic from the freezer type meal. I grabbed some bags of frozen coleslaw from the freezer and made those up. I grabbed bags of crinkle cut chips, I cooked those, and I grabbed homemade lasagna that we had frozen in the freezer and I cooked that up, and we had that for dinner and it was delicious. And then the next night I made 2 different dinners, which is not something I often do, but I had leftover fajita chicken, which I made for Lawrence and Jasper. I made like a fajita chicken rice bake because we actually had chicken fajitas the night before, but I didn't film that because I feel like I always film that and I don't want to keep repeating my recipes. But Orin and I had salmon that I have stored in the freezer. This salmon I actually purchased from Costco. It's delicious. Like, it's really much better quality than what I found when I've been buying in Aldi, and it's better value for money. So I've got some salmon chunks in the freezer, and I get those out and cook them with garlic, lemon, salt, and I cover it so they don't go too crispy because we don't like it too crispy. But yeah, salmon, green beans and potato for Oren and I, and Jasper and Lawrence had their fajita rice bake and they loved it. Jasper, my baby, for some reason, I don't know what it is, he will not eat fish. So yeah, anyway, hopefully that will change. But anyway, the next day, I wanted to be open and honest, was the first day where I've actually just gone to the shops and bought a load of stuff that we had for dinner that night, rather than looking in the cupboards, looking in the freezers and just making something from scratch. We really fancied like one of those picky meals, and we picked up this really nice baguette thing from Lidl, which was really delicious, like a rustic baguette, some cured meats and lots of like olives and things like that, and that's what we had for dinner. The next night was a freezer classic, so I needed to use some mushrooms that we had in the fridge, pulled out some sausages from the freezer, and I'm making a sausage mushroom pasta. I have tons of dried pasta in the cupboard, so I was thinking, what can I do with all this tagliatelle? And yeah, that's what I made, a sausage, onion, mushroom pasta. This one I highly recommend you make if you love like really comforting, delicious meals. We always have mustard in the fridge, so I add a bit of mustard, lots of mushrooms, onions, cream, cheese and a tiny bit of balsamic vinegar, literally just a splash. Cut up your sausages, add lots of peas and mix it with pasta. I find that Parmesan cheese goes best with this. But yeah, it's a delicious meal. We all really enjoy it. This one can work the same with just mushrooms, and it can also work the same with meatballs. So yeah, it's a really like versatile, easy, delicious dinner. Super comforting, and I'm having meals this week that do not remind me of America, because when I go to America, I will be going hard on the burgers and hot dogs. So I was trying to find something that's not like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this week's Meals of the Week, and you subscribe if you haven't already done so. Please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you again really, really soon. Bye!